The Whine and Cheese show is a Metaverse and NFT discussion and interview series brought to you by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and host BEN68 and Morecheeese. Warning: the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved and contains content not suitable for anyone.
G'day and welcome to Season 1, Episode 29 of the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverses show.
We talked to Pulpo and Boonah from Tales of the Crypto about their lives outside of the Metaverse, how they got into the Metaverse and NFTs, and their current project, Crypto Deads.
So whether you're already undead like Cheese and I or not, get ready to snarl and gnash your teeth along to a special Rotting Corpses episode of...
The worst show ever, brain.
Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Cheese. One is a wanker, one's slinging stunts. One's from Australia, one's from the Bronx. Talking about the Metaverse and NFTs. Interviewing all the real crypto G's.
Hello, welcome to the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverses show, episode 29. We have finally Tales of the Crypto here, Pulpo and Boonah, my favorite, I'm going to be biased right now, my favorite wax project. And they'll be our guest hosts, and then we'll be learning more about them later on. And what's up with Upland right now?
Oh, we can't cut straight to that. You've been fangirling about that project for ages.
I know. I have been fangirling. Yep.
So that's cool.
It's my biggest investment in wax, I have to say. And I can't really, like, if we start talking about it, I'm going to want to talk to them about their stuff. So I think we need to move on.
All right. So, yes, I had to bring up, so we had some interesting news when I woke up this morning. There's some new stuff happening in the Uplands. I lost the bet. I lost 2 Queens
bets.
Dropping. Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
So what did you're going to be publicly humiliated or something? What was it?
Oh, God, I forgot about that. Yeah, so part of the bet with Goldsmith is public humiliation and 40 UPX. TML was a little bit more kind, so it's only 40 UPX. So I said actually yesterday that Queens is not coming out, and then this morning, surprise, Queens
straight
is
after.
Out. Yeah, and
yes.
Pulpo, new city opening the 10th, right? So they're doing this on a weekend?
No, it's midweek. It's a Wednesday, which is my Thursday, I believe. So we'll see. We'll say it in here. Yeah, so Upland is excited to announce its next expansion on the East Coast with Queens, New York. And, they say that it's all about their strategy, health and sustainability of the economy, as well as incoming partnerships and activations. And they say that while Detroit has successfully created an affordable inventory for new players, we have some work to do on the sustainability side, mostly with regard to secondary market pressure in the Manhattan hub. So again, we have seen the Manhattan prices started to creep up. I don't really understand why Upland's fixated on controlling the markets. That kind of grinds my gears. And I know from DMs with a lot of people that gets a lot of people's nose out of joint. Shouldn't they, as long as there's supply there, like within the game, shouldn't they just let the markets police themselves?
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's a bit government heavy-handed, it comes across.
Well, I mean, I kind of feel like it's going to get more so in that direction. I guess they want to give more people a chance to get the Manhattan properties while they can.
Yeah, I think they got the finger in the dam. They keep trying to plug up all the holes, but it's eventually they're going to run out of ground. And like, this is the last New York borough, isn't it? So after this, there is going to be no more supply.
There is sort of Long Island, but I wouldn't go there. Upland, don't do it. Don't do Long Island.
Yes.
That would be just a mistake.
I kind of chimed back in when you just said into a hole. So kind of, I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, Upland is putting their fingers in a lot of holes.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Good time to come back. So
Fingers in
holes?
Yes. Fingers in pies, fingers in
Oh,
holes.
God. Toes in pools.
Yes.
Pies in holes.
Recapping Detroit, we'll skip over that. Yeah. So
Detroit
basically, the
surprised
prices.
me. Actually, not skipping all over Detroit. Didn't somebody just buy a whole bunch of crap in Detroit? Like
Yeah, well, people. That always happens. Somebody comes in and just gobbles up the floors. That's
Yeah.
the game. Like
That's
I do
good.
that. I do that at the city opening. I gobble up as many properties as I can. As you know, Cheese, I've been working on a war chest of UpX ready to go for exactly this purpose. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to go in, gobble up as many properties as I can up to my budget and move on. That's,
What are you up
that's
to now?
the way we play.
10 million?
8.5, but that's been earmarked for a few different projects. But I don't know. Was there anything interesting else in here? Queens, you're from that area. What should we know about Queens?
I'm not from Queens. I'm from the Bronx, man.
From that area.
Man, Queens. I know my brother lived there. I know that there's some really awesome places there. Really nice. I went everything if you're in one area is pretty much close by. I know they had a Target. Let's see, the Bronx didn't really have any malls except for Bay Plaza, really. So whenever I visited my brother in Queens, we would always go to the mall next to him, and it was pretty cool. It's not like here in Arizona where like there's a mall everywhere and it's pretty awesome, but that's the only thing I know about Queens.
Cool. So we got the release details planned for a release on Wednesday at 8 a.m. PT, which is my Thursday, bloody 1 a.m. again. So stoked about that. On a work night, 20% of properties in Fair Start Act. So that's not many. So it's going to be, what would that be? A tier
like
2 point something? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be another Bronx.
222 or whatever the hell the new system is.
2.2245.
Yeah. And then, collections revealed the week after.
So, Pulpo,
hang on.
You play a little bit of Upland, and recently was asking me a few questions and whatnot. Do you think you'll be making the Queens open?
I think I've got like a surplus of UPX, that because I haven't been on it since. There's been a couple of cities released since I played, and I was kind of into it, but I'll be honest, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. You mentioned the Chicago one that I've got that's quite all right.
Yes.
That was traded to me by someone to help me get into the game, and that was the last I kind of.
He's got a loop traded to him. That's pretty lucky.
Cool.
Yeah, I would definitely, if you want, like I can tell you places to go to in Queens, or you could do Ben's thing where he goes for the lowest priced, like 2,000 to 5,000 kind of thing, and slumlords, and just flips it for 2, 3 times, 4 times maybe. Like it's a really good way. And Queens is a big deal. Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island can go scratch itself.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
I mean, I've got enough UPX there to kind of buy a few, I think, but I did lose track completely. I kind of got bored, to be honest, because there was no one playing. I wasn't playing it with no one. I wasn't in the Discord, and it was kind of. I tried to get Boonah into it, but it was really difficult because I was kind of invested in so many different projects, including our own, where we were working like day and night. But no, it is interesting. It's interesting, but I'll see how it goes. With your advice, I'll happily get some more.
Yeah, and definitely if you want to after this, I'll send you an invite to the Upland Discord. The community there is really good, and I kind of feel like you would have a whole new set of eyes on your project as well from that perspective, because that's how we got pretty much all the followers for the Whine and Cheese and our NFT episode project. So, we had one of our things like sell out in minutes, which was freaking crazy. But it's a really good community, like an awesome community, especially the cafe. Like you just go in there and talk to everybody. And
I think everybody suffers from that same problem though. Like throwback to what we were just speaking about, you've only got so many fingers to put in so many pies. You know, it's very easy to lose track of things.
I'm building myself more hands with more fingers because I need to.
You got your toes and you got your elbows, everything.
just ask more to like 3D print you some.
Yeah, exactly. I need to 3D print myself some more arms.
3D print long elbows.
Little fingers come off them like that.
Fingers off your fingers. Yeah.
That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Oh man, but definitely.
All right, we got some.
I have to do the articles this time, right?
Yep, it's over to you because my computer's been a real donkey, so I don't know what's going on.
NFTs are coming to town. Where's my share screen?
For ages, we know old mate Zuck. He's all about getting involved in the metaverse, and it seems like they're moving. Yeah. What are you doing, Cheese?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Press share screen.
Have you seen the new Meta news? I won't spoil it, even though I just have.
Meta news?
Well, the news from Meta.
That's that word. It's been thrown around everywhere, but is anybody actually doing it? You know, Cheese and I have talked about, we got to actually get in there and check it out, but I don't know anybody that's actually doing it, apart from the articles where people go in and get groped and whatnot. There we go.
We groped. I didn't know about groping.
Oh, you'll have to check that. That's hilarious. Like people will go in and their avatars get molested and all sorts of crazy stuff.
People or females.
Yeah.
All right.
Just send me a link.
Yeah.
Next day we'll hear like Boonah's been kicked off Meta from groping people.
Oh, I'm just interested.
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna watch from the distance, see what's going on.
From the bushes, the virtual bushes.
What's
Behind the car.
I can see a hand coming out.
Don't mind me. I'm just here to watch.
I don't hate anyone.
So NFTs are coming to Facebook and Instagram, whether or not you like it.
Well, people's photographs and stuff like that, they're going to be NFTs soon. I keep getting sponsored ads on Instagram, like saying, turn your posts into NFTs.
Oh, yeah. Hell no. Imagine like the duck face on like the duck face project. I can just see it now.
I think this is part of we're so early in the phase of NFTs and whatnot. I think this is a case of where this needs to happen. It needs to get out there. It needs to have every grandma and uncle and everybody talking about it and playing around with it. Get that bubble to burst, and then we can move on with the actual projects. Like we've seen that early on with the crypto space. 2017, 2018. It was on everybody's lips. Everybody was going crazy. We had the big massive pump, and then it crashed, and then it's rebuilt. I think we're yet to see that in the NFT space. But it kind of it feels like it needs to happen, especially from the Ethereum side of NFTs. Like some of the prices and some of the corny projects that are out there. Those copy and paste things.
Oh yeah,
like bad, isn't it?
Yeah, you want to look at real art. Like the stuff that Boonah, you're the artist in Tales of the Crypto, and I'm always excited to see like the new latest bit of art. And then you made me a zombie, and that was freaking crazy.
Yeah, it's boss.
Yeah, you making the other people zombies. It's like you're so like into your fans and the community. It's awesome. Exactly. I love it.
I think our aim is to have everyone in the community as an NFT.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I mean,
I love
there is a way to do that procedural generated NFTs well. Like look at the Virtual Dream project. Like that's all AI based as far as I know, but it's not that cookie cutter. The hand is here and then it's holding 15 different things. That's just, I don't know why people get out of their minds about that. That just seems pure speculation based.
Yeah.
Well, I get it
Yeah,
because I
no.
can stake them.
Yeah, if it's got utility in that, then even better. But
yeah. So is there anything juicy in your cheese? Or are we?
So, all right, let's see. Current investors are ahead of the game, and everyone will soon be buying and selling digital items. That's how it's being pitched from one vantage point. And while it does seem inevitable that we will soon see an increased trading of digital items, whether those virtual goods are the equivalent of modern garbage pail kids remain to be seen. I miss the garbage pail kids. I used to do that. I don't see them anymore on the NFT scene, but they had like a.
They're still around.
Are they? I got.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's official stuff though. There's a lot of rip-offs.
So here we go.
They did 1-1 procedural generated 1-1 garbage pail kids, didn't they?
Oh, who did?
And Tops, was it?
Oh, a generated garbage pail kid.
Yeah, I think I might actually have one.
Yeah, share it. I have sharing open. Even if you kick me off, that's fine. So while you're looking for that, I'll just read this. According to what Memo shared internally last week, Meta plans to launch a pilot for posting and sharing NFTs on Facebook. That's pretty cool. In mid-May, this will be quickly followed by testing of a feature that will allow membership of Facebook groups based on NFT ownership and another for minting. Wow. A term for creating NFTs. NFTs may be monetized via fees and or ads in the future, according to another internal document. Facebook declined to comment.
I'll be releasing a currency called Zuckbucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that. I'm kind of actually excited to see where that goes.
Zuckbucks with his...
That's just embarrassing, isn't it? God.
Everyone hates him, but he's like...
fucking turd, isn't he?
He's a muppet. He's a muppet. An absolute muppet.
His face looks kind of like a computer's generated what a human should look like. And then
in isolation.
Oh, no. In isolation.
It's like when you let in films where people have been underground for 20 years and they come out and they're all kind of translucent with grey eyes, looking at the sun. That's him.
You don't quite know what's going on. Yeah.
I think you kind of described me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't leave
the
house.
With a New York accent.
My eyes are grey.
Yeah.
My skin is translucent.
Well, I think it's good. Getting the word out further about NFTs in the space. We know Facebook has kind of merged into more of a boomer sort of platform. So getting it out there can only help with, even like they just said then, we're explaining what minting means. Like we're in the space, we throw this terminology around, all over the place. But if somebody's eavesdropping in a conversation, they think we're speaking some kind of different language.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I remember not knowing what minting was, to be honest. Reading about it.
Well, the only thing I think is going to really happen a lot with NFTs on Facebook is there is going to be rug pulls. There is going to be a lot of people trolling the system and hacking and whatnot, and it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, but you know what that's going to... You know what's going to follow that, which grinds your gears, Cheese, is it's going to start putting the end to the Wild West sort of system, and there's going to be regulations coming in, and you're going to have more and more KYC and all that sort of stuff.
I like the Wild West.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Yeah. Once you start having rug pulls on the old boomers, that's going to be the nail in the coffin for the Wild West. That would be. This is essentially gentrification of the NFT space.
I guess.
Yeah. So we'll see. All right. But yeah, I think there's positives and negatives like anything.
True.
What else do we have there?
Let's see. Why did I just stop sharing? What's wrong with me?
I think you're a bit... Yeah.
All right.
I think you're just so excited to have the Tales from the Crypto Boys on.
I think that's what it is.
Now, this was interesting. Remember, we've talked about this a few times. We couldn't remember the name of the game, but this is it, isn't it? Isn't this the Ghost Recon? That was the NFT game?
That's why I bought the game, Ben.
Yeah,
and I'm level 40-something now.
But, we should read the headline for people that are just listening. Ubisoft ends its NFT experiment in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, but promises they're coming to other games.
Other games, I'm still playing Breakpoint.
Yes, but scroll down a bit, and there's a thing here where they say, like, you know, blah, 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 we're sorry, we're not going to do it anymore. But imagine how valuable those NFTs are going to be.
I didn't get any. They were sold out. I thought they were going to add some more.
I suggest stop playing that game now.
I'm too far into it. Like, I'm such a game completionist that once I start a game, I have to finish it. It's bad. Yeah. It's bad.
Elden Ring.
Yeah, I definitely got to get back to Elden Ring and play that.
Yeah, so we talked about this at the time. Remember, they just kind of threw it on their community. They didn't front load the community with, you know, the education that was needed as to what NFTs are, how they could benefit the game, how they could benefit the players on the back end. Like, once they finish with the game, well, they'd be able to sell their bloody guns and whatnot. So they kind of messed that up at the start. It seems like they've kind of just thrown their hands up and they're pretty much saying, yeah, we fucked this one up. We'll try again next time.
I'll never buy
another. We heard
of
about these NFTs and we're just going to, you know, they're so popular, we're just going to throw them in the game, not really knowing what we're doing with them.
Basically. In other words, hard cheese, hombre. I'm not going to buy any more freaking Ghost Recon games. That's it. After I'm done with this one.
Or you should do the opposite. Yeah, you should do the opposite. Keep your eyes out, and when they do launch one, get in early so you do get those good early NFTs.
What are the people with the ones that they have now? What are they doing with them?
Well, it depends. They might be able to transfer those over into the newer games that they release. Well, that's the whole purpose of an NFT in a game, isn't it? Is that you can use it through multiple games.
I think they did it bad. No, it was like specifically geared, for lack of a better word, towards the Ghost Recon Breakpoint game.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be cool if it's Ghost, whatever it is, Ghost Breakpoint 2, and then you get to walk around in that with your version 1 suit or whatever?
I mean, yeah, that's a good point. They are making a new Breakpoint, a new Ghost Recon that takes place in another world, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah,
so that was just kind of interesting that they threw their hands up in the air, and that's good. You know, we cocked this up. Let's try again. So,
look,
rather than keep flogging a dead horse.
The whole thing actually makes me feel bad for Breakpoint players. And as much as Ubisoft surely knew what the future for this game was in December 2021, i.e. that it didn't have one, and has used its remaining time just to see what would happen with the digits. I guess that's their currency, whatever. The game and its players have been little more than a 3-month experiment. I don't want to be experimented on, leading up to the news that it's being quietly retired then. Retired.
Oh, that's a bit scammy. So they kind of knew that it was going to be the end, and then they've just milked some more funds out of the player base. Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, yo no quiero. Yeah.
Absolute bellends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good summary, I would imagine. Well, let's see. They might. I guess it depends what they do with that. They might take this knowledge and make something kick ass, and then all shall be forgiven. But you know, we shall see.
We'll see. Moving on.
Moving on, and the last one was interesting because we have been talking about how, you know, what was it? Kids getting involved in they went into a strip club in Meta or something and getting exposed to stuff they shouldn't be able to see. But here we have Fortnite, which is hilarious because Fortnite has suffered a lot from bad publicity around children playing what is apparently a pretty violent game. But we've got Fortnite developer Epic Games partners with Lego to create a kid-friendly metaverse.
That's nice.
So how are they going to more money? How are they going to gatekeep this so it doesn't end up with geriatrics in there just being dickheads?
Nonsense.
Well, that's going to be what's going to happen, isn't it? It's going to be full of nonsense.
Yeah, pretending to be children and whatnot.
Absolutely,
so how are they going to do KYC to get your children pass, your child pass?
Oh my God, that's true.
People are going to use their kids' IDs, or I don't know. Seems a bit strange.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there any juice in their cheese?
We're excited to come together to build a space in the metaverse that's fun, entertainment, and made for kids and families. So, and families means that adults can definitely play with their kids. So,
Maybe it's just, yeah, it might just be more policed or better moderated or something.
Yeah, like maybe they have like a whole bunch of words that if they're said will draw an alarm of some sorts. Because I know I play that Roblox with my cousin, my little niece Carol, and like I know when you're chatting, there's certain things you can't say, or like you can't post a link or something. And I think that's really good because sometimes people even forget. Like, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to be doing this here. Like if I'm like, oh hey Carol, here, click this link, watch my show, and it's like, oh you can't post a link, and I'm like, duh, I'll send it to you in DM.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to distinguish it from, because you look at Minecraft, like my kids play Minecraft, they get on these servers, they talk to their friends, they're interacting. It's essentially a metaverse.
Yeah.
What's going to distinguish it from that sort of thing? Is it just, I don't know, the Lego part's interesting. I wonder what that's going to involve.
I'm kind of excited by this, to be honest. I didn't even know this was happening, but it's a way to get the other members, like my son and my partner, kind of involved in it.
Yeah, absolutely. It does seem like it's a bit of a headline and then not much details, huh?
Yeah, like a lot of the NFT world.
Basically.
It's a nice thought.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we had, Cheese. We can head straight on into the good part.
I've got FOMO for Lego Metaverse already.
Well, it's working. Nice.
Have you played any of their games? I played a few of their games. The Lego.
Some, yeah.
Yeah, Batman.
We'll have to get
Batman.
They have like a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, my kids are right into those
stuff. Yeah, and they're
Lego
really
Star Wars is good.
Oh yeah, and you could like switch back and forth from different superheroes. I like that.
I was just saying, Cheese, we should look at getting BDAG in on the show too, because he's got a Lego themed NFT project. He's right into Lego. I saw in the Little Italy server, he gets involved in conferences and all sorts of stuff. And there was an old one there from years ago where he'd made a black dress for his wife all out of Lego and all sorts of cool stuff.
What?
And he's got some kind of Lego-ish project.
Oh my God. Maybe get him and Jonesy back to talk about it, because I know Jonesy is really into Lego stuff.
He's the Lego man.
Jonesy's a Lego man. But to heck with them. Let's talk about Tales of the Crypto.
Hi.
Hi.
Who are they?
So who are they? Who are you guys? Pour us a nice hot cup of Pulpo and Boonah. What are you guys? What are you guys outside of the metaverse?
Not doing this. I suppose it's just normal job kind of thing and that everyday life.
Yeah,
this is like the exciting bit.
What?
So you haven't crossed over. Like we talked to a lot of people who are kind of at that tipping point where, you know, you're so busy with that side of things. Is it a hobby? Is it your job? You know?
Yeah, it's definitely still, it feels a hobby, but I mean, graphic design always will be for me. So it's obviously I've got my day job, and then it's nice to come home and actually just unleash that creativity and just, you know, stuff from up here, actually doing it instead of like working for other people, you know, designing what they want. It's kind of what we want. So it's nice.
What I want.
Yeah. Make it teal. As long as it's got the colour teal in there, we're okay.
I was going to say, it must be very cathartic to wind down from a day of work to draw up some severed limbs and, you know,
exactly
all that sort of stuff.
I just kind of set them out on the floor next to me and then kind of just base it off there. So
I like that.
Yeah.
It's not my wife, I promise.
Mine.
Well, we'll get back to that because that's another interesting thing about you, Boonah. But I want to hear now, Pulpo. Sure. I know you do something really cool outside of the metaverse.
Yeah, I ride mountain goats.
You ride mountain goats. What else?
No, I don't. I am a lab manager for a university, and I'm also a coach, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach.
And
Ground karate.
I've seen you post some things sometimes, and that's pretty cool. Like to have such an interesting outside life like that. I have to start doing that myself.
What, outside life?
Outside life.
No, you're getting pretty adventurous. What are you doing? Disc golf and all sorts of things? You've definitely come a long way since I first started talking to you.
3 weeks ago.
Well, you know, baby steps.
Isn't that frisbee golf?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I haven't played it at all until I came to Arizona, and I was like, how the hell do you play frisbee golf?
Well, you've been getting out doing
nets. Huh?
You've been doing day trips to the Grand Canyon, and where'd you go? To some freaking Wild West place or something?
Like once a month, I leave the house. Time goes by really fast for us, Ben. Look at the dates on those outings.
Yes. Yeah, true.
Boonah, you mentioned you promised that those body parts aren't your wife on the floor, but I know you do zombify her in your very own personal project kind of outside your Tales of the Crypto thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not really, I mean, we started it, but it's something that we kind of want to continue with. I think it is just generally finding time to do most things. I mean, obviously this takes up a hell of a lot of time, and then obviously with work, but then also having to have the family life kind of thing as well. So it's trying to find time just to get stuff done, really. But yeah, you know what, even older stuff, you know, we've been together like 10 years anyway, so we've got a lot of photography from years ago, that kind of stuff too, which is quite cool.
Me and Boonah have been together 15 years though, so
yeah, we've been a lot longer.
Now, are you a morning hobby? You know, does all this happen in the morning, or are you a stay up late night person?
It depends. Mostly on, again, work. If I'm not up early, then I can stay up late. But if I'm in work late, I can get up early, and it's kind of the same thing. I'm a bit of both.
Yeah, because Cheese and I are the opposite. She's a stay up to God knows when hours, and I'm get up at crazy hours and get it done before reality kicks me in the face.
So it kind of works out.
Yeah.
Works out. So how did you guys even get into the whole NFT space? The whole metaverse thing?
Well, before I was going to say, well, you started because you got me into it.
Yeah. No, I was going back, I don't know, last January. I was like, I had like $12 in Bitcoin on Coinbase. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna be rich. And then I started mining Banano, and I got into Crypto Monkeys through Banano, and I was speaking to Crypto Jitsu, who's done quite a few videos for Crypto Monkeys, and turns out that we both do jiu-jitsu. He got me into Crypto Monkeys, then I went to Alien Worlds, and then I thought, I thought I'd go to Boonah and see if he wants to design some NFTs, and we'll make a little project and see if people want to buy the NFTs, see if we can get them out there. At first, we were just sharing them. And people liked them, and that was April last year, and we're now here. We never expected it. I mean, never expected it.
That's pretty cool.
Nearly a year, madness.
I think I actually got into you guys through Ben, because you were collecting all like the zombie and horror stuff, and you would sometimes give me some ultra horrors and some maybe a Tale of the Crypto here and there back in the days. And I'm like,
I can actually bring it up.
Yeah.
I found the project just by scrolling for mint number 68s. And I think I found this Ramiro Dawn one first, and I didn't have any clue what the project was. I just saw mint number 68 and I grabbed that one, and I thought that looks really cool. And yeah, I think there might have been something there that I sent you, Cheese, early on, and then yeah, since then you've dived right in. Yeah. But yeah, while I got that up, you know, it's been cool to see like you do up some of our friends, like Cheese and I are both massive fans of T. Davis.
Oh hell yeah.
It's cool to see him get done. And then of course, hang on, I'm in the road. Of course, we talked about that at the get-go. We got to share that one. If my donkey will load, I'm on the wrong side again.
Get your ass
there we
in
go.
line.
Get out.
It's
The
coming.
Morecheeese. That was very cool. It took me a while. I was like, what the hell she got in her mouth? And then I realized, oh, cool, she's got a steak going right through.
He thought it was cheese.
I thought you're chewing on a block of cheese.
Maybe it should have been cheese. like bits coming out of the mouth on the side here. One of those pizza rolls, maybe just down here.
Yes. So no, that was very cool to see.
I love it. And you picked like my favorite color in there, it's, like naturally too. So it was just a perfect win-win. That was so cool.
Teal has to be in every single NFT.
I like any shade of green. I'm not fancy like you, Pulpo, but I'm glad that we share the same color.
Well, I am from Liverpool, which is notoriously posh.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
No, not at all.
No, it's not. Well, you
That's
guys,
the opposite.
you guys sound fancy to me. Anybody who doesn't have a New York accent sounds fancy to me, except if you have a Southern accent. No, but anyway. So, all right. So you guys come a long way. You've come from the ones that we've collected back in the day to being on Wax Arena to creating your own kind of Wax Arena.
Game
for your
in
own
development.
stuff.
So weird.
Oh, yes.
Madness.
Yeah. And you have something really freaking awesome coming up on Monday. But before that, or maybe Monday, I don't want to say, yeah, I got the hand too.
Jinx it.
They're just wonderful, aren't they?
You need a hand too, Ben. It's imperative. But tell us about Tales of the Crypto and where it's been, where it is now, and where do you see it going? Oh my God, those are the extra fingers. Those are the extra fingers you need. Go ahead.
I know. Oh yeah, that is exactly what we said, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just need the little ones for the hands on this one now, and then just keep
Those extra
going,
fingers
like
can go into Upland.
A fractal, a finger fractal. So yeah, like we said, we started off in April last year, and we it kind of blew up. It kind of really blew up with Crypto Dead Series 1.
Because we started out initially, didn't we? Like we started off like we were both always dead excited about those free drops, and we'd be setting timers, wouldn't we? But we got to get this drop. It's you never know what it's going to be worth. But then it got to the point where I sent you. I mean, I did this logo. We were coming up with a name, Tales of Crypto, and it was just this crappy little spinner that just span round. It was just awful. But obviously, they were just promos that we were just trying to get out there for interest, and then putting a few of the first zombie designs together again, which are awful.
It changed with when we started adding like utility, and the initial utility we added was chosen mainly because it was just me and Boonah. We didn't have expertise in blockchain coding or any sort of way to interact with it besides the art initially. So we offered ways for people to, if they collected the Crypto Deads and they got a special NFT, they could send that NFT back to us, and then we would make them into an NFT in the next Crypto Deads. And that was the initial utility we had, and that was our way of offering it when we didn't have the expertise on the back end side. But it kind of grew with that. We started adding lots of different kinds of utility, lots of different ways for people to benefit from having our NFTs, and it kind of just grew from there. And now we've got a staking platform, we've got scavenging coming, which we've been told by our front end dev will be ready Monday, Tuesday. So we've got scavenging, and then we've got raiding coming after that. So raiding is the full-on interactive game that we planned for. Scavenging is it's a way for you to collect rads, collect zom, which are our native currencies for our tokens for our game. But you can also get something fleshy, and that fleshy thing, which I'm not going to say anymore, is only available in scavenging, but it'll be utilized in raiding, and it'll be utilized post raiding when we move on to even further things, which we are.
Blanket?
It's fleshy, and it's It's,
if you
can't really say anything without ruining it, but it's
All
it's just
right.
fleshy.
Fleshy.
I like fleshy. That's nice.
It's very fleshy, and when you see it, you'll see how fleshy it really is.
I made it really fleshy.
Yeah.
Like extra layers of flesh as well, like bits you think, how did that flesh get there?
But can you put it on a
Yeah.
lampshade? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm saying you probably, I won't give you too. I mean, you
15.
probably could, with the remains of it, maybe you could do.
All right.
We'll see what we
Yeah.
can do.
While you were just talking, then I just went and staked all mine. So yeah, no, it's very cool.
Nice.
It's pretty seamless. Like I was having some trouble early on where I was getting a wheel of death. When did I try and do that cheese? Probably a week or two ago. But yeah, no, it's very. I like the visuals of it all. But yeah.
Yeah, we try and keep it very vitrified and 16-bit, and that's just obviously our style. We do have the older zombie style, and we do have the Zomic style in that kind of design. But obviously, yeah, we've made our website look very retro.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Love it.
A lot of hours, but it's got to be right. It's like I feel like that sometimes I'll be working on new stuff and I'll send it, obviously working with Paul with it, and I'll be like, what do you reckon? He goes, yeah, it's good to go. No, wait there, got to do this, and then like maybe 3 days later it's ready.
It sounds very familiar. We're actually with the Upland Development United team. We're working on some NFTs for the team, and I've been with one of our artists, D-Tech, and we've been agonizing over the ears on this thing for 3 days. I keep telling him it looks great, it's good to go, and exactly the same. He's like, yeah, but we just got to try this. Yeah.
Where's the
Seems like
shading on this part of the ear?
Yep.
It wouldn't sit right if it's here.
It's a very.
here.
I
Sorry.
think I've said to him, ship it like 10 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very familiar story. And same with Cheese. I know she agonizes over pixel by pixel in her case sometimes.
Because you were just looking at it so much. It's just because I can see it. It's like if someone else looks at it with fresh eyes, it's like, oh wow, because you're just seeing the whole thing. Where I'm looking at like this one little bit here and then this one bit there. It's like, why is that there? And then I realized I did that, so I made the mistake.
You just gotta like shut it off for the day and then look at it the next day.
Come back and then just delete the file and then start fresh.
I get you.
Yes.
I get you.
It's like, what was I doing? It's like, God, I must be sleep deprived.
Yeah. Oh my God. I must have deleted poor Josh's face like 3 or 4 times before I was finally satisfied with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love doing you guys. Oh my God. Because as you know, we do a lot of we do every single episode NFT to commemorate the show.
Brilliant.
And
I'll send you a picture.
Funny. Well, if you want to do a funny picture, yeah, sure. Like I usually get it right from the screen, and I'll just kind of pause it and then do it right from the screen. But if you have something really funny you want to say,
no. I mean, if you ever just catch me going like,
there you go. I can pause it right there.
We've got a lot of we've probably got a few pictures of us both anyway, haven't we? Which might be good to use.
No, right, yeah. Anything you want to use.
Through.
And then I'll use something against you from the show that you kind of like have done or
it's got to involve fingers, surely.
Oh yeah, definitely lots of fingers.
Fingers and holes, that's fine.
Yeah. I knew it was going there.
It'll be fun.
So what's your process like if somebody comes up with an idea for an NFT? How do you go from brain fart to it's up for sale?
I honestly, it's like, this is what I find happens a lot. We both come up with ideas. I tend to sit there thinking about a lot of things to come up with. So does Boonah. But I'll say to him, I want to do like this kind of zombie with, I don't know, maybe like a funny hat and 4 scars on his left chin, and maybe make him whatever color you think would look good for me. And he'd be like, okay, leave it with me. And then like 3 hours later, it is like exactly what I wanted. Like I don't really have to go into much detail for him to fill in the blanks from what I want.
That's really good.
Does that both frustrate you and blow your mind at the same time, Pulpo? I know it does for me. Like to know that people have that amount of talent that they can just turn around stuff like that. It kind of drives me crazy almost.
Yeah, kind of. It would make me more amazed if I didn't know him so well and secretly hate him.
Oh my God, Ben, do you secretly hate me?
Yeah,
we have our moments. We have our moments.
No, I'm only messing. No, it is.
We argue regularly. It's okay, Paul. We can talk about our arguments, like our every other day arguments, if you like.
Yeah.
Never argue.
I know we don't. We never argue.
It's good to get them out though. Like you never want to like have them on your mind.
What frustrates us the most is because we are the same person.
Yeah, like I was Boonah's best man, and I've known him since I was 19, and I'm 36 now, so it's been a while. So it kind of, I mean, sometimes it is difficult when you know, when you're tired and sometimes you just don't want to be on. You just don't want to be doing it, but you've got deadlines and you have to get it done. But it is easy working with him because I can just say, this is what I think we need. He says yes or he says no. And you say, well, what do you think? He says that, and we come to an agreement, and then the next day it's designed and done.
Yeah. You can hash it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can tell him no.
Fluff.
I can say no. That just doesn't look right, and he doesn't get offended. I can say no.
I'll be passive aggressive at first, but I know he's right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like when I used to play around with game development, like you'd put these things out there and you'd get some negative feedback. It does sting, but once you get past that, you can usually work through it and positives can come out of it. But yeah, initially, I think that's human to be a bit offended or whatever.
I'm usually right though.
Yeah, he is. It's okay though, because I am as well.
Oh man, twinning. But yeah, please talk.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question, Cheese. What was it about the project that really kind of captured your imagination? Was it the art? Was it the theme?
At first, it was the art. I really liked the art. It was actually, I was choosing between Tales of the Crypto and Ultra Horrors, and not to take anything away from Ultra Horrors, but I like Tales of the Crypto stuff better. And then when I found out you guys were involved in Wax Arena, I got even more excited because I'm like, all right, cool. I could own this really awesome like horror art, which I'm very much into. You guys talking to me on your Discord, you know how kind of I am with horror, and
I've seen your lampshades, don't worry.
Yeah, my lampshades, my skin blankets. So you kind of know that's kind of what I'm into, and like the utility behind it kind of added to that. It wasn't necessary because I liked it before I found out it had utility, but it just kind of sealed the deal. And then Wax, like even though like now I'm not really that crazy about Wax Arena, it did go into different kind of direction that I was wanting it to go, but I would be extremely selfish to say that everything needs to go in a direction I want it to go in.
I'm gonna screen grab that.
I'm really glad that you guys kind of pioneered your own way, your own project. And I kind of feel like your project, aside from Wax Arena, is going to go in a direction I want it to go in. And if it doesn't, I'll just kill you guys, or I'll threaten you, or I'll send horse heads to your bed.
You do know we're already dead. So.
Oh man, it's true. I'll shoot you in the brain.
And then put my head on a stake.
Yeah, no, the steak is mine.
All right.
Reserved
We've gone
for cheese.
We've gone full circle.
I am the artist now.
Yeah, look at me.
Didn't she end up going to prison? Sorry.
You've also got a pretty good community support base. How does that influence or guide the direction of where things go as well?
Well, I think the community, especially, it's just reassuring, isn't knowing that what we produce is what people enjoying, and creating that community where people actually can come and just be themselves a bit as well. Not feeling like they're judged all the time, and that it's just be yourself. Just don't be a dick.
Yeah, we've said it from the very beginning. We wanted the Discord to be welcoming. We don't want anyone to feel like they shouldn't be there. Except for dickheads. Like if you're a dickhead to someone, you shouldn't be there. But everyone else should be made to feel welcome. I want to be in a place that I know other people want to be. And initially, it was just the community and our art, and we've made sure that from the get-go that it stays that way. Yeah, and we like to involve people as well as much as we can. We do like various games and little Discord apps and
we get them involved in like what we're designing as well, don't we? Which is good.
Yeah, like we've got Crypto Horrors Season 3 coming out soon, and what we used to do with Series 2 was we'd give like 10 different horror monsters from folklore, and then the community would decide what we'd make. I'd say Boonah would make, and then we like that kind of stuff. We like people to choose and be involved, just because we want them to feel welcome based on how I feel in other Discords myself.
Probably helps keep things fresh too, because it's always nice to get new perspectives and whatnot. And I think you're bang on there, because I know Cheese definitely considers your Discord a home away from home sort of thing. If she ever wants to wind down, she very often heads over that direction.
I try my best. Like you guys are definitely in my top 4. I won't even say 5. You're in my top 4. UDU, MVE, Upland, Tales of the Crypto. So, and the first 3 are basically, well, the first 2 are Ben and mine, and the other one is Upland, and the last is you guys. So I try to be in there as much as I can, but it does help when you can talk to the project leaders. You guys are always in there, you're always interacting, you're always answering every question. I know Teddy is a UDU member and one of my good friends, and I brought him into Tales of the Crypto, and he likes to ask a lot of questions, and you guys really like answered everything, and he asked really tough questions.
That's we've got such a great kind of, like, we've got awesome moderators and that as well, who are so invested, like really, sometimes I think, wow, it's like, did I know that? It's like, obviously I do, but it's just because my head's in just like obviously the design side. But it's so nice knowing that we've got the likes of Jaded, we've got everyone else that's just there constantly, just anyone that needs it, they will get a reply, and they will have an informative reply as well, not just like a few little.
We've got our bases covered, haven't we, by everyone? Jaded is the tech know-all behind stuff that I come up with a lot of ideas, and so does Boonah, but some of them I just forget. So that's the problem with ADHD. The problem with ADHD, I guess. Like there's a lot of great ideas, and a lot of them are kind of stored somewhere at the back of my head, and Jaded pops up to help us with that. And then we've got all the other mods as well, Dread, Mob, and I don't want to miss anyone's name out, but they are all valuable. Humus as well. And then we've got the facility zombies who aren't as visible, I guess, but they do a lot. Like Cardus does a lot for the Spanish community. He has grown the Spanish community, and Jared with the Russian community as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, I can imagine, like, you guys are so focused on the production side of things. Like, I can imagine it'd be very easy to get lost in your own work. Like Pulpo, you just said you forget what you've done, but if you have community members, and that's like, there's always somebody that's really obsessive or can tell you, oh no, that's from series 1 part B, or whatnot, where you guys are you're at the front of the train powering ahead. Do you have a process to try and keep track of it all yourselves, or is that where the community comes into its own sort of thing?
Bit of both. I do have a system. I have a calendar for all our utility drops and everything, and there's no way we keep up without that. We've got, like, every weekend we've got something else coming. Like this weekend, if you hold Morecheeese, Yataman or Nethers, you're going to get farmers packs dropped to your wallet. And then the following week we've got mold.
That's all manual as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I manually drop them. So you've got if you have a mold NFT from the latest pack sale, that reproduces once a month. And then when you have X amount of molds, it combines into a weapon used in the game. And then each week there's a different reward. And then we've got multiple different schemas and series that we have to keep on top of. It can get tough, but I do have systems.
Yeah, and it's trying to stay focused, isn't it? Let's say, obviously, at the moment, Crypto Deads is mostly the prime focus, but it's also, I don't want to kind of forget about some of the older schemas as well, because, I love that kind of style as well, So it's nice to kind of have a bit of both and being able to utilize these in the game, obviously, as we obviously staking, but the more that we get with like the scavenging, raiding, and actually getting the game going, that's like the exciting point as well now, because there's so much more that we've got kind of up here ready to kind of go with it.
Whiteboard.
Nice. Yeah, Cheese. You're waving your hand. Did you have something else? I've got a couple more points I'd like to touch on.
Well, I just want to say I have whiteboards everywhere, and that will save your life, Pulpo.
Yeah.
I swear to you. You just got to remember to look at them.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I remind you, go and check your whiteboards.
Yeah, he reminds me all the time.
I'm just going to start writing on my wall here, see what my wife says.
You wipe it off when you're done.
I'm insane.
There's a couple of points that came up there that I'd like to dive in deeper. Pulpo, you mentioned like the technical side of things. Like, did you have a technical background before? Like, how have you found the learning curve behind the mechanics of all, like, you're saying putting drops out and that sort of stuff?
It was really difficult at first. My background, no, I'm a biologist by my degrees. I run a laboratory. My expertise is purely biosciences and jiu-jitsu. I teach martial arts. No, didn't have any computer science experience at all. I was pretty much just average at Excel, still am. The drops were horrendous at first, if I'm honest. Not because they were difficult, in which they kind of are. It was just that I was so terrified of making mistakes, and I still am a bit scared.
We've made mistakes, haven't we? It's a learning curve, isn't it? So
I think a lot of the problems arise with Atomic Hub as well. If you're manually updating files, NFTs on Atomic Hub, a lot of the times, especially early on, I didn't realize that you need to obviously allow for the IPFS and stuff to load on Atomic Hub's software system as well. So there's been times in the past where I've got multiple templates uploaded without the file loaded to the blockchain, or it's been very steep learning curve. And we've got a back-end developer who does all of the coding for all of the staking, all of the games.
Oh, nice.
Stuff.
Yeah.
But he has taught me how to modify the modify the coding on blocks, wax.blocks, so that I can add things. I can change values of staking rates. I can add stuff to the website that is purchasable, because you can buy raffle tickets or packs on the website, and this is all
stuff in advance, isn't it, as well, which is good, because sometimes we were waiting like 2 days before it became stakeable, where now at least when you've done the drop, you've got it straight on there, it's ready to go as soon as it drops.
Yeah, so we're not relying on the back-end devs to be around all the time anymore, because he showed me how to do them. But all this stuff was like way beyond me a year ago. I mean, it's still, a lot of it still is way beyond me, and that's why we obviously need experts with back-end and front-end. But it's learning curve was almost leaning backwards.
Yeah, I can imagine. And what about as far as like trying to combat bots? We know that's a massive problem in the space as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a manual whitelist for our scavenging that goes live next week. We're pretty strict on it. First of all, mainly like we don't want it to be unfair for our collectors. This is for our collectors. Don't get me wrong; it benefits us to have a functioning game. But it's for our collectors. We don't want people just spamming in there and just ruining the utility of the token. And also, we don't want people with 26 wax addresses just going in there and making it unfair on everyone else. So there's a channel in our server where you can throw in your wax address, and I am updating an Excel file manually, which is getting checked by our backend dev, who then adds it to the scavenging. And if your wax address isn't in our Discord, you're not playing scavenging.
I don't think I'm in there. Oh my god, I'm gonna put myself in there now.
Get in there, you turnip.
I want to also talk about tokenomics and Jaded. Jaded. Oh my freaking god! I call her Jaded. Jaded. Like she. I want to know more about like what. It's a shame she couldn't be here, but if you could just talk a little bit.
I mean, Jaded is honestly the brains behind the tokenomics of it all, and really is a shame that she isn't here to discuss that, to be honest. But we've got mechanisms in place. We've got bare mechanisms in the store So every time someone purchases with RADs, there's a 10% burn on RADs, so that it's not just endless and useless, to be honest. Which I think is important, because we want people who are earning these RADs to get some benefit from earning these RADs, if you know what I mean. The RADs have there's a higher total amount of them. They're utilized in. You don't use them to scavenge. Scavenging is free once a day. You go in there and you get RADs or you get Zom. But in the game itself, in the raiding itself, you must use RADs to scavenge, to go out on a raid, and in return you get Zom. And Zom is a premium currency that is utilized in a similar way to RADs, but for premium items. And those premium items will make your yield in the game even better. So it's kind of like you earning the RADs through staking. There's bare mechanisms to limit the amount and slowly get rid of it over time. And those RADs are then utilized in the main game to get yourself the smaller market cap of Zom, smaller market cap coin Zom, which we hope will be a bit more.
And the Zom can be staked into Zom wax in Alcor, right?
It can, yes.
Yes.
It can. Which we've got 3 pools. We've got Zom wax, wax RADs, and Zom RADs.
Oh wow! All right.
All 3 of them. So all 3 of them will earn you rewards again, which is not next week. It's 2 weeks this weekend.
Keep them bi-weekly, just makes it easier.
I had to pull my Zom stake to get more Tales of the Crypto. So I took out from there, I went to there. So it's a whole circle of love. But go ahead, Ben.
Yeah. I just, for Boonah, I would just be interested to know how your art has evolved, like from the very first stages you've been doing for this project.
I'd say I probably had a few years where, because I've been a freelance graphic designer in the past, and like working for myself, that kind of thing. And one thing I've not done prior to this for a long time is actually sit down and create my own art in that sense. I've always been designing for other people. I hated it. I designed for like pub companies, in the past, like doing like menus, posters, advertising, I don't know, like burger and
the
a pint or
Australian
something
bars
like that.
as well.
Australian.
Topical, but Walkabout was like an Australian bar in the UK.
Yeah, advertising Foster's in there, and
I could just imagine how horrendous it is.
Yeah, sold the short. You know what?
Hats with corks.
Oh yeah, like we all wear. Yeah.
You do, don't you?
Yes.
But yeah, but I think since now, obviously the last year, being able to really let loose with my own kind of creativity, it's just a whole new outlook. And I've just noticed how much my art's improved as well. Because obviously I used to do a lot of physical, drawing, painting, that kind of stuff years ago. But obviously life and time and everything else just gets in the way. And all of the things I think I should be doing when I don't really need to be doing it, but I'll stress about it anyway.
Yeah, but it kind of seems like a perfect storm.
Now it's just like basically.
Sorry, I just froze up then. That's why I cut in. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
It seems like a perfect storm where we had COVID and a lot of people were at home for a while and that sort of thing, and they've been able to explore these kind of projects and dive more into their hobbies, especially things like NFTs. A lot of artists have been able to find out that actually, this could potentially be my job and be far more lucrative than my real world job. Is that something you're working towards or considering?
Absolutely. It's for me, that is the dream in the sense of, I'm selling my own artwork. If I ever thought about years ago before NFTs and stuff, I remember drawing like comic books or like, obviously nowhere detailed or anything like that, but meaning there was no avenue for me to kind of go down and think, what could I do with this? But this is like now the first platform, because obviously when I have to think about getting a job and actually making an income and everything like that. So it's not an easy industry.
I've got 2 young sons, and we talk about jobs for the future with them, and I was like, boys, you know, of course, if it interests you, you got to get involved in whether it be art or coding or something, because that's the potential there is just it's massive, you know.
Absolutely,
and
jobs that we don't even know about.
And
say these are done.
That's exactly what I tell my boys and my wife. The jobs that you're going to have, they're not even invented yet. And you know, Cheese and I have been talking a lot about that. Whether the old red-nosed bankers want to know about it or not, this is the direction everything's headed. And you know, you'd be kind of foolish not to set yourself up to do the best that you can in that space. So
absolutely, yeah.
Are you playing around with any other projects, whether they be for yourself or like freelance for other joints?
I've been commissioned to do bits and pieces, you know, for like other, I think, like the milk and butter token. I mean, it's like a charity token. I mean, I used to, you know, I really was liking that, and then they got in touch and asked me to do some of the NFTs for them. That was quite cool. But I think, and obviously other little bits like that, but nothing to this level where it's like this is like our own project in a sense, and it's very hard to like find time to actually fit in anything, especially now. You know, it's like anytime I'm on here, I mean, as much as I've loved being on the Discord and that chatting in the community, I've got like 2 windows open and I'm constantly designing. I've got Illustrator here, I've got Photoshop here, I might have, you know, Premiere open there, and it's just constantly working.
Well, I guess it gets to the point where you want to put as much into your own project as you can, because obviously you want it to be successful. So
yeah, you don't work hard, you know, I'm not going to get anywhere. That's how I see it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm very, very lazy-minded at times as well. You know, I can easily distracted. You know, I mean, hyper-focused, as I mean, Pulpo said. It's like we just see one thing. It's like tonight now. It's like we should do this. Or we could play Elden Ring, couldn't we? So what is the choice? You know, or then I'll just remember I've got to go do this, and then I forget that I've not done that. Then I've got this to do now. So yeah,
that's our life, though, isn't it? It's like the problem with having a project led by 2 people with attention deficit issues is really really good for the project, and really really like distracting at times as well, though.
What project is that?
Yeah, no.
Well, that's why I'm lucky to have Ben. Like, he kind of keeps me on the straight and narrow, because I do kind of like oh my god, what's this? Oh, squirrel.
So what you're saying is we need a Ben.
Huh?
We need a Ben.
Well, it's funny, like there's so many people that we talk to have this dynamic. Obviously, the dynamic that you two share is very similar to Cheese and I. There's a lot of projects that are like that. A lot of different people. That there seems to be something in that's very mutually beneficial, sort of thing. Like, I can't imagine trying to do something like that yourself. You know, there are people that do it, like Jonesy, as Cheese mentioned before. Jonesy's a prime example. You know, it can be done, but
absolutely,
you know, it must be tough.
You need the support, because luckily it's always at different times. But if I'm ever down or anxious or stressed, Boonah's the opposite, and it tends to be the way around as well. It's never at the same time. I mean, when that happens, it's going to be pretty grim. So
yeah,
but that hasn't happened yet.
It's when we haven't seen each other in like a month, and like in person. So it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
I imagine it for you, Pulpo, because you've got, you know, you're out doing your lab work, and then you've got your jiu-jitsu stuff. Your involvement in the project must be very a bit more rostered or, you know, scheduled.
What I'll say is this: I work very hard in the daytime in my lab.
Yep. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, all good. Yeah, well, that's cool if you're able to
delete that bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm lucky that. I have times where I'm very busy, and I have times where I'm really quiet. And when I'm really busy, everything else goes out the window.
Yeah.
But otherwise.
Yeah, that's sometimes like I'll get a DM or something, and like, oh, can we organise this? I'm like, mate, my job, I can't just take a phone call. You know, I'm a kindergarten teacher. I've got 20, you know, up to 24 kids. I can't just go and hide in the toilet and reply to DMs. I'd come back and the place would be on fire.
Man, you know? NyQuil, give them NyQuil. Yeah. But they don't have that in Australia.
Yes.
And good that you don't.
Yes, absolutely.
What's wrong with NyQuil? I love NyQuil.
NyQuil's our That's our unofficial sponsor.
Unofficial sponsor. I swig this.
I've
shit
never had
like,
NyQuil.
It's awesome. Are you crazy? Severe cold and flu. Forget about that.
Yeah,
Just have
it's
it anyway.
definitely it's a different flavor of cheese we get. The pre and post NyQuil consumption.
Do we need to contact anyone for you, or do we need to speak to anyone?
I'm always with my ear, my throat, or my sinuses, and this just makes life a lot easier. So
I've
it could always be worse, right?
I probably could do with it.
Worse.
Clapping.
No, I'm using my wrist.
I know. No, to be honest, I mean, the last few months have been just horrendous. I feel like I'm always ill as well. I'm just coughing. I've got the sore throat, banging headaches, going dizzy. Like, I feel like an old man going down the stairs holding onto the rail and stuff. And it's like
all shaking. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, I'm on the first floor now. I've always been on the second floor, but like it still doesn't help getting me out of the house.
First floor, the ground floor in America, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes if there's a lobby within, so it depends. If it's an apartment building, the lobby will be the first floor, and then you just
That's
say,
ground
"Oh,
floor.
I'm to the right of the lobby." Yeah, ground floor. Yes, ground floor. Exactly.
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 Exactly. Exactly is a place, so it's in Liverpool.
Yeah, I was born in Exactly.
I was born in Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, but go ahead.
Are there any other projects like? Obviously, you came into this space as a bit of a, not a fan. That's not the right word, but as a I don't know what's the word. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. As a participant or something like that, you were participating in the space, and then you've created this project. I imagine that eats up a lot of your time, or pretty much all of your time. But are there any other projects in the space that catch your own eye individually? Something you're interested in or you play around with?
I've got. Oh, go on, you go first.
So you go first. I've got a few. So
there's only a handful for me, really. I mean, I got into like the likes of Wax Arena. I tried like Our Planet, like Alien Worlds, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I've just not really stuck to them. And now I think with the project, it is trying to find time. I've started recently with like Cosmos 11, trying to get my head into other things, just so I don't kind of detach myself too much from other projects, because I still want to be involved so much. But then it like say time.
And Cosmos is a Satoshi thing, right?
Yeah, that's Satoshi's view. Yep.
He was a UU member. What?
Yep. What?
Small world. There you go. I'm sorry.
I'm into what I tend to do is ask the mods and the facilities, and so like the minor mods of the server, what they're into, and I do this every so often, and anything that stands out, I tend to give a try. And at the moment, I'm playing Cosmos 11. I'm on Taco. I've just got into Taco, seeing how that's going. And we've got that collab coming with Plax, haven't we, as well? Hence why I'm into Taco lately. And on the advice of Jeff, our mod, seems to be a mod for every Discord server.
He's everywhere.
He recommended Novo Pangea, which I'm still on the fence with at the moment, but the artwork's amazing. And they've got land, which is pretty cheap, and buildings, which are pretty cheap. So I'm giving it a go. And they're the three main ones besides Upland that I'm playing, to be honest. And that's already eaten up a lot of my time.
Yep.
And money. Be realistic. It's not free, is it? So like I want to be into maybe like 3 to 5 projects that I want to commit to, and then I mean that's arbitrary, but that's how my brain works, and I'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, no, that sounds familiar. Like 3 to 5 sounds about right for me as well. Because it feels like you spread yourself out too thinly. Like Boonah, you're talking about things like Our Planet. Like if you want to dive into that and do really well, you're talking about big dollars, really.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
which I didn't have.
No.
No way I could have got into that game whatsoever, really.
And it's
Collarbone
changed
sweat.
so much. Like I hate it when projects change so much from what you're used to. Like I get it, you have to kind of evolve and whatnot, but
Yeah, that's which is good. But it's when they, like you say, they lose it, don't they?
Yeah.
So-
I mean,
So
sorry,
sorry, go ahead, Pulpo. I was going to switch over. But...
Sorry, I've got a bit of a delay
No.
going either way. Sorry.
I was just going to add on to that. Is just yeah, we try and keep things exactly how we say they were going to be, and we try and make decisions based on realistic goals as well. I mean, obviously that can still go wrong for people. It hasn't for us yet, but we're definitely slow. We're slow and
Organic.
steady with our goals. Yeah, we're growing slowly. We're trying to reach out to other communities over time. We're not rushing things. And we just want to give people what we said we'll give them. When that is, it'll be when it'll be.
Yeah, and you think this project's come from literally our heads, to like something that we probably have talked about pre-NFTs. Me and Pulp have wanted to do so many things in the past. All of these ideas, we've never actually, we've been in 15 bands together, but never wrote one song. We've got all of these YouTube channels, but never filmed anything. All of this thing, but now we've got this.
You sponsored me as well when I was
yeah.
a fighter. I was a fighter, MMA fighter, and he sponsored me with his food company. That never went anywhere. It's just bizarre. We just so many ideas, and this is
where
it's
trying.
finally come together. What we're good at and
stuck.
well.
That's
Yeah,
so
and
true.
we're kind of like say it's the commitment behind it now. It's like I couldn't imagine not doing this now as well, because it's exciting as well, isn't it? It's done so much. It's benefited us so much as well. Actually building something and beyond. Obviously, we've done this. Obviously,
you got a lot of momentum.
That's it.
Yeah. So how do you think that kind of momentum? Like Cheese and I have talked about this at length. Like we know that NFTs are going to become mainstream in a wide variety of ways. What's your take on that? How's the NFT metaverse space, even involving crypto and that sort of things? How's that going to bleed into the everyday? And are projects like Tales of the Crypto, is that going to be part of that, or is that going to be purely like an entertainment sort of platform?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, to answer your first question, generalized NFTs, I think, are going to be used for everything. Like I was talking to my colleagues and where I think degrees will be given out as NFTs. Yep. I think medical data will be NFTs. I think everything like that is going to be. I mean, if you've got a degree from Oxford University and it's on the blockchain, you've got the degree from Oxford University. There's only like that Anna Sorokin documentary on Netflix and stuff. People can blag what they want, but soon people will be like, okay, well, where's the NFT for that? And you'd be like,
yep.
I haven't got one. And for us, we're just hoping it grows, like we said, organically. People enjoy being part of it, and in the future we've got goals that we want to go for and we're aiming for, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. If obviously a lot of projects won't exist anymore, a lot of new projects will exist. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing and see where it goes.
What we were obviously always remember is the fact that obviously a lot of projects have big investments prior to it. You think like, how do some of these projects get to where they are so quickly? And it's like, I mean, that, which is great. I mean, awesome if you've got that, that backing where we literally had nothing.
We were in debt.
We were and
but jokes aside, we were like just working everyday guys, and we didn't
coming home playing Dark Souls 3 other night.
Yeah, we had no initial investment, and initially, like I said, for the first few months, I was doing the drops and the advertisements and the Discord announcements, and Boonah was doing the art, and we were working together on the ideas, and that's all we were. And the investment from Tales of the Crypto was Tales of the Crypto.
Which is awesome.
That makes sense.
So it definitely seems like it's like a reinvesting phase almost.
Yeah.
We want to obviously put what we can into this project to get it to where it is. Obviously not just for us, but for everyone involved.
But it kind of raises the point though. What would be success in your eyes in that kind of system, or you already exceeded expectations, or?
Definitely. I mean, from where we are, yeah. Oh, sorry, Matt.
No, go on.
No, go on. It's that delay. I keep talking over you.
It's kind of like two things. We've already done way more than we expected, but now that we've done that, our goals have kind of grown with it, and we want to keep going. And we've got we've got a large community, but not huge. And we want to keep providing for people as long as they want us. But in terms of when we'll know we've made it, I mean, it's hard to know. But I think being able to do this as a full career without any reliance on our bosses and our fiat jobs.
Working for someone else's dream in that sense, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, well, I mean.
I was just going to say, Boonah, you're kind of self-employed. It sounds. So you're kind of already there.
No, I mean I've got a full-time job, but this is completely.
But you're freelancing, is that correct?
No,
or you got a full-time job on top of that. Oh, okay, yeah.
So he was freelancing before the current job, weren't you?
Yeah. I still do freelance from time to time, but it's at the moment I can't. It's the project in real life work and life and animals.
And all the things that come along with it. Yeah, absolutely.
When zombie baby?
Yes. Well, that used to drive my wife and I crazy when we used to get back into what is it, the Walking Dead show? Like, how is there not zombie children? You know, why are they not going there?
That's a real question to Boonah.
Grow a set,
baby.
Yeah.
We technically have Harlan in our yeah.
Harlan's a zombie kid, isn't he?
No, like real baby zombie. You guys planning?
No. I don't know at the moment.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, it seems a bridge too far almost for. No one's quite willing to go there. Yeah. Well, what about as far as like staying within that universe, but exploring different avenues? Like Boonah, you talked about playing around with comics in your early days, sort of thing. Is that something is this something that could evolve into that, or are you committed to the Wax blockchain? Have you had any thought about experimenting with other blockchains and that sort of thing?
I have, yeah. I mean, I set up like OpenSea and that, and I really want to kind of look at, just what I can do on there as well. I mean, it was just more just for the interest of it, I suppose, like seeing what else I could do, I suppose. But I think Wax has just been the most convenient, most easiest, the most kind of welcoming kind of thing, where it's kind of like a cold side onto that, but it's just more, what would I be designing? What would it be for? I don't know if it would feel like selling out or anything like that, just to make a quick buck in a way.
I think if it's your own personal kind of thing, OpenSea is good, because I'm not completely against OpenSea. I have my own like one-of-ones there that Teddy Pig always kind of snatches as soon as I get them on there. But I think that's like good. But like for stuff like this, I really like Wax because it's just so easy. There's no gas fees. There's like less headache. But
the project definitely no. I mean, but it would be personal stuff.
Yeah, I would love to see something from you on OpenSea if you wanted to. Ben, take a breath.
I think it was
Well, it's like you see like the OpenSea side of things, and there's people making life-changing moves there, where the Wax space seems to be, it's the projects on Wax are, in my opinion, far better, and the communities are way better and that sort of thing. But there's a massive disconnect between the economics of them both, if that makes sense.
I think it's all ego and kind of like, I'm in where the big boys are, yada yada, and
speculation.
Then it's FOMO and speculation, in my opinion. But they still got some good stuff there. But
it'd be nice to catch a bit of shine off that FOMO and speculation, and get yourself in a position where that allows you then to spend your time on your pet projects, sort of thing. So
I mean, if you can't do options, then I guess that's a good second calling. But I make pretty good money selling call options or writing call options. That's my day job.
All right, I'll take a breath now.
No, go ahead. Just when I'm talking, don't like
No, that just brought up lots of interesting points. So we love picking brains, and we've got two very pickable brains here. So feels like we got to make the most of the situation.
Pickled brains. I love that.
Picking pickled brains. There you go. There's a tongue twister in there somewhere.
Pulpo Piper picked a pack of pickled brains.
Oh my God! Pickering as well.
Is it? There you go.
Pulpo pick the pickle brain
Pickle ring.
Pickle. We're obsessed.
Pickled
We're
rings.
obsessed.
Oh my God. Fingers in pickled rings. Oh my God. Where are we going?
Pick your ring.
Elden Ring.
Cheese, just as we're wrapping up, do the guys know the whole sicko thing? Do they know about that?
No.
All right. So we get our listeners who we lovingly refer to as our sickos. Every episode they have to do some kind of special challenge so that they can qualify for the free episode themed Morecheeese NFT. Is there anything you guys that jumps out to you that you would like listeners to do to be able to qualify for that? Normally it's, head over to the Discord or say yada yada or I don't know.
They definitely have to go to their Discord and say like a secret phrase and tag Pulpo, Boonah, and me.
Boonah.
Tag
Boonah. Oh my God. It was their cool.
Look at that cover.
Boonah. Hey, Boonah. So,
pickle my Boonah.
That's going to stick now.
Hey, Boner.
tag Morecheeese, tag us three, and then what should we say? What happens? Say.
Sew me a skin blanket or something to do with Mondays, Tuesdays thing.
I'm ready to scavenge for some fungus.
Yes, I'm ready to scavenge.
Ready to scavenge for some fleshy fungus.
For some fleshy fungus. I'm ready to scavenge for some fleshy fungus.
Oh, give me something fleshy.
Or give me something fleshy. Either of those two will work.
What does everybody want?
I don't know how smart the sickos are. We won't complicate things too much.
Okay, all right.
What does everybody want? Flesh.
When do we want it now?
Now. There you go.
All over me. Sorry, guys.
It's raining guts. Hallelujah.
It's raining
All right. Well, this is your team, Cheese. Is there anything you want to touch on before we wrap up?
Oh, I think you asked everything, Mr. Ben.
I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to be in trouble.
No. You're fine.
It sounds like you're going to be in trouble.
No, I'm petting you.
Yeah.
I'm petting you.
Sorry, Ben. Ben, do you want me to stick around after here so she can't say anything?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm nice.
Are you okay getting home, mate?
Yeah. I should be all right. I've been in worse predicaments.
Yeah.
That's all good.
I could be a bit much.
we get through it. It's all good. No, well, first of all, this is something that I think when Cheese and I first came up with the idea for this show, your project was definitely one that came up very early in the conversations about getting guests on. So what did you say? We're at episode 29. So it's definitely been a long time coming. And I know that Cheese, whenever we talk about things, any opportunity we get, Cheese always, throws a shout out to Tales of the Crypto and that sort of thing. So just really appreciate you guys jumping on and, being involved.
No, thank you. You know what? Apologies that it's not been sooner. It's just schedules are just horrific at times. It's
Friday nights are tough as well.
Yeah, I mean, I had to wait till my wife fell asleep to come up for this. So how many minutes? We've compromised by having a whole day tomorrow together.
The planets have aligned. Yeah.
This was fun. Thank you guys again. This was amazing.
Thank you.
Should we end it, Ben? This was like a whole great hour and a half.
Yeah, well, it's normally we record on a Friday, which I need to wrap up early and get to work, but we pulled this one over to a Saturday for me, so it's all good.
Oh yeah,
guy.
Like 2 a.m.
You know what to do, Cheese? What's that? Sorry.
Hang on. What is that, like 5 a.m. or something for you, or 4 a.m.?
7 a.m. at the moment. I got up at 4 a.m. Yep.
Oh wow.
That's we talked about that before.
Yeah, good start to your day, man.
Well, yeah, we talked about that before. I get up early, and by the time, like a kindergarten teacher, by the time I get home from work, and then I got to juggle my 3 kids, by the time I sit down on the couch, my brain's just mush. So I'm definitely a get up early, get it done sort of person.
I don't know how.
Well, my wife's a teacher, mate. Honestly,
Yeah, you can understand.
Absolutely.
All right, Cheese, wrap us up.
All right, get the hell out of here. We're done. Bye.
See you later, guys.
Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up.
G'day, sickos. Okay, as you probably heard, for this free episode theme Morecheeese NFT, as always, like and subscribe. Then head on over to the Tales of the Crypto Discord, tag Morecheeese, Pulpo, and Boonah, and let them know that you are ready to scavenge for and sink your teeth into some putrid, fleshy fungus. All the links are in the description. Later.
Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off the drive. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Evil empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. Evil empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off the drive. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Evil empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky.